Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are going to listen team principal of Alpine. Let's listen to him.
To clean up, but early on, very low grip, cool conditions, lots of graining. Ollie Oakes is here, TP of Alpine. Welcome, Ollie. Let's get into that session. Just give us the lowdown on what the thoughts were from your two drivers.
Well, I think you all saw it's quite dirty to start with. Everyone was moaning a bit, but I think at the end it looked quite positive for us to start here. We'll have to see how the rest of the weekend goes. Yeah.
Do you think that the temperatures being a little bit lower this year, is there any concern for the weekend and a lot of locking up down at the end of the back straightaway? So I'm just thinking about how cold it is and these tires cooling off.
Yeah, so I think they're all having discussions about, as you can imagine, with the tyre guys going, what can I do to get the tyres in? I think the rest of the weekend they're obviously, we are monitoring that. But I saw then quite a few guys were going down the exit road. Yeah.
I've noticed this is your department really, but the hot pressures are 29 front, 27 rear at the target pressures. That's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive for a Formula One car to have those kind of. No wonder they're sliding around a bit.
I think they joked about them being pumped up like balloons.
Yes.
Yeah.
They must be.
Without water.
No, you don't use the water.
Yeah.
It's the desert out here.
Yeah, exactly. Top of it. I was going to say, it is the desert. That's why it's so dusty at the moment. But what are you anticipating throughout the weekend? Are we thinking you're going to see massive track evolution then?
Yeah, I think you saw then, obviously, the more laps you're getting under your belt, the track cleaning up. I think the main thing is you just got to be on form with that evolution. And obviously the drivers, as the weekend goes on, getting more confident as well.
Last year, if you pushed the tires too hard, they really gave up on you. But that was throughout the whole weekend, and obviously graining here in this first session. Do you anticipate that will really improve a lot? Or do you think you're still going to see that where you have to be really careful with the tires?
So I think, obviously I wasn't in the team last year, but being in all the prep meetings this year, we had a strong race with Esteban, but Pierre actually had exactly what you just spoke about. So it's definitely a theme of concern at the moment, of balancing that. But hopefully we master it.
You have to nail the balance.
Exactly.
And that solves all the problems.
It's on the drivers.
So 3 races to go. Esteban is on an exit route. How's that continuing to work out? He doesn't seem to have backed off.
Well, they were quite happy in Brazil, giving each other a hug. So hopefully we have a bit more of that. Yeah.
Tell us about Brazil. We spoke to you very briefly afterwards, and I know there was a bit of a party. Unfortunately, obviously, you were just telling us you had to disappear from. But just tell us what it did for the team immediately, and what the mood in the camp has been like since.
Yeah,
a bit like that.
Yeah, scenes like that, basically. No, it was a big result for the team. I think you could see how much it meant to everybody, and obviously back at the factory as well. To go back on Monday and see how much that meant to everyone. It was great. Obviously, feet on the ground though. There's 3 races to go, and it is a very competitive fight to keep P6. I think you can see that. Yeah.
When we talked about the teammates and the camaraderie amongst 2 of them, or lack of at times, what's your perspective on the value of that? Do you think that it's really important that they get along, and will that be something that you focus on next year?
I was sort of thinking, do all teammates get on? I think when it starts to get competitive, you're friendly in front of camera, but then as soon as your helmet goes on, I think, look, the pair of them are professionals. They push each other hard. I think it is important that they work together in the engineering side, but I think they're out there for their own race as well at the end of the day.
Yeah. We were reading, and it's a kiss of death probably, that Pierre has not damaged. He's had a little bit of skirmish here and there. Not done any damage all season.
I saw that pre-session when it came up. I thought, I don't know if that's a good omen or not to show straight away.
The walls are tight here.
It is, yeah.
That said, it just shows you the level of control he's had this year in a very difficult car at times, especially early on. What do you put it down to?
I think I said it after Brazil. Obviously, we had a great weekend, but actually credit to both drivers. But Pierre in general as well, he's doing a mega job this year, and I think that's just a case in point further. Yeah.
Okay, obviously we now know you're going to be a Mercedes customer going forward. Obviously, it took a while to. It's an open secret in the paddock, obviously. But what does it mean for the team to have somebody like that as your engine supplier now?
I think, look, it's an emotional topic. Obviously, we've been a works team for a long time, but I think it's a real statement of intent, the direction we want to go. I think it gives us a chance to benchmark ourselves as well, which is important. We need to build a good car. I think that's also think from my own point of view, it's something that really does show where we want to be heading.
It's smart to be aligned with Mercedes for 2026. There's 4 Mercedes cars on the grid. Only one Audi, only one Honda, for example. So you're going to fast track that. It's really smart to get on that train.
I think, look, there is another team on the grid who's a customer team and performing at the front of the grid as well. And I think it's a pragmatic decision.
Is that what swayed it, actually? Because we've been having conversations over the last few years where it's largely been, the works team, if you like. I mean, we talk about Red Bull, obviously, but as effectively the works team for Renault. Well, what would you say is the advantage of having a Mercedes in the back of the car? The way they've gone about it and the way that we know that it's going to be more of an engine formula perhaps than the ground effect era that we've got now. Is that what kind of
I think
drifted you towards it?
There's been a lot of factors in that decision. Some of it was before I joined the team, but I think the first thing is you can say every regulation change, they've been there, they've performed. I think it is one of the few manufacturers as a customer team you can win races, fight for championships. And I think all of that makes it a strong case. Yeah.
Can I have a go in a 2023 Alpine next year because they're eligible? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but can I?
I'll say yes. Yeah,
there you go.
What number car would that be?
71.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got 4.
Is that the magic number?
He's new to this game. We got
just cost me a few bob, hasn't he? Live on
TV. He will do that. He will play that. You've got to have 4 more anyway because it's the 75th anniversary.
We'll have a day together in one. There you go.
That's a good idea.
Quick one, if we could, just on a wider topic. Obviously, Niels Wittich has gone. What do you make of Rui Marquez, the guy that's come in? I mean, obviously, race director in F2 and F3. You will have known him from your time in there.
Obviously, I don't know the reason for the exit. I think everyone's talking about that, but I know Rui from the junior stuff. He's a good guy. He understands racing. It's not an easy job to be thrown into, I think, for the last 3 races, but we'll have to see how he gets on. Yeah.
But didn't the team principals, weren't you all like, come on, what are you thinking of with 3 races to go to the FIA?
I think there's a little bit of that, yeah. I think everyone's been quite vocal on wondering if it couldn't wait till the end of the season.
I mean, the drivers obviously want to be heard. Does it feel like that from the team side too, that you wish that FIA, that the sanctioning organization would just listen to you guys more?
I think there's probably 2 sides of it, isn't it? One of you goes, you don't really know what's gone on, so it's hard to judge. I think on the other side, maybe discussion's always good. But at the end of the day, Rui's competent as well. I'm sure he's up to speed.
Okay. Appreciate it, Ollie. Thanks very much for
See you later.
Yeah, very long talk. Let's say they talked more about Sao Paulo Grand Prix. If we came to talk about today, like the track is very dusty, the tires are so cold. At the practice one, like every single driver was struggling. They're fighting with the car to find that grip, but I don't know what they will do. But I think they will manage to find that grip and to keep the car on the track. And also I want to talk about a little bit for Pierre Gasly, because if he didn't crash on this race or the other 2 races, he will become first ever Formula 1 driver to have no damage money, let's say, or no damage on the car in Formula 1, and that would be very interesting to watch it. And as he said, he was performing good, but the car was not performing good. But the Gasly is like a good driver, and we will see what will happen on this race. Don't forget to like the video, comment it, and subscribe to the channel.